The UniHertz Jelly Star is possibly the tiniest yet mightiest smartphone to run Android 13. And don't you ever judge it by its size, this little nugget packs a punch. Stay tuned to find out.
Shall we begin?
Let's start by cracking open the box. Inside, we find the usual suspects, a SIM pin, manuals, and surprisingly, a complete charger and a screen protector. And then there's the phone itself. At first glance, you might mistake it for a jelly bean or a nugget, but it's so much more.
Oh, a jelly bean? I had them in my pocket all along.
The entire back panel is transparent, giving off cool, almost prison electronics vibe. It's like a throwback to the 90s, but in the best possible way. Size-wise, this phone is like the pocket-sized hero we never knew we needed. It's got no corners cut, unlike some big-name brands like
Android, technically.
They even included a charging block, a cable, and a screen protector. Take that, bigger brands. My first impressions? Well, it's freaking awesome. The design is quirky and unique. With its transparent back and LED notification lights, it's like a nugget-sized nothing phone. As for the design, it's a hat tip to the classics, but with a modern twist. It's got a headphone jack, a dual SIM micro SD card slot, an infrared blaster, that means remote control capabilities, and let's be honest, it's likely for mischief, and LED strips on the back that would make the nothing phone blush. And that programmable action button, it's like the iPhone's fancy new feature, but on a phone that could probably fit inside the iPhone's battery compartment. The programmable button can be set to a ton of things, which is very handy. But what really gets me is the LED light show that plays with a ringtone. For all the tech nerds out there, the Jelly Star is running on a MediaTek Helio G99 chipset. Not too shabby, UniHertz, and with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage, this little guy is surprisingly buff. And of course, it's rocking the latest Android 13 and a good version at that. It's preloaded with all the essentials and some handy extra apps, like a toolbox and an infrared remote control app. The NFC support for Google Pay is a nice touch for a phone of this size too. Now let's get to the good stuff, gaming. Of course, this phone can run games like Subway Surfers or Geometry Dash, but that's child's play. This can also run games like Genshin Impact or Call of Duty Mobile pretty well, although I would recommend using a wireless controller to make your life easier. But that's still not pushing this nugget to its limits. Enter the emulators, because why not, right? You can play Metroid on the Dolphin GameCube emulator. This even ran GameCube and PSP games like a dream, which is very impressive for a device that fits in the palm of your hand. You can even emulate the notoriously hard to emulate Nintendo Wii, because why use a ridiculously tiny phone as a phone when you can turn it into a gaming console, right? It's hilarious, nonsensical, and surprisingly effective. Summing up the performance aspect of things, I'd say that the only limitation of this phone is whether you can control everything on screen, especially if you have them chunky fingers. Now, how does its camera perform? Well, the Jelly Star boasts a 48 megapixel rear camera. Yes, 48 megapixels in this tiny package. The photos, they're actually very decent, especially in daylight. It's not gonna replace your DSLR, come on, but for quick snaps, it's more than adequate. What about the display? Well, it's a 3-inch LCD screen with a respectable 327 pixels per inch, which ends up looking quite sharp. For context, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has 460 pixels per inch, so it's not that far off. It's also pretty bright and clear, enough to make browsing and app navigation a breeze, even under the sun. And the Panda Glass screen protector may not be Gorilla Glass, but it does a decent job of keeping your mini screen safe. So, is the UniHertz Jelly Star worth your time and money? If you're looking for a compact, feature-packed smartphone that stands out from the crowd, then absolutely. It's perfect for those times when you want to minimize your digital footprint and engage more with the real world. And let's be honest, it's just plain fun to use. But if I had to guess who this is actually for, I would say this would be great for preppers as an emergency phone. It would also be great for prisoners since that has a transparent back, which is actually required for any tech that goes in a prison, for good old America at least. And of course, it's great for people who just love small phones in general. If you're interested with the UniHertz Jelly Star, check the links in the description box below, or you can just scan this QR code and it will take you straight to Amazon right now. You better subscribe because there are more videos like this every single day. I'll see you tomorrow.